our plan to drive a London cab to Cape Town wasn't exactly going smoothly, what with Sue breaking her arm in Syria by falling down a mechanic's pit and me falling asleep at the wheel in the middle of the Sinai Desert. And then we limped into Cairo only to find that the border with Sudan had been shut on account of an assassination attempt on the Egyptian president, which the Egyptians suspected had something to do with a lack of neighbourliness on the Sudanese government's part. And travelling down the east side of the Red Sea didn't seem to be an option, since in Yemen the pastime of hostage-taking was becoming a bit too popular for our taste. And as the weeks passed, the taxi sat in a Cairo car park gathering dust, and it looked as though that's where our journey and our hopes would end. During our stay in Cairo, we got to know a few people pretty well. For instance, the two guys that ran the leather shop next to our hotel, Ashraf and Diamond, who invited us to their sister's wedding.
We're going to a wedding, and we're going to go to the reception. I'm getting excited, you know, and it's like, yeah, proper wedding tackle. We're going to go and get some drinks and dance with all the family and that.
Let's hope that we don't make them all feel underdressed.
Yeah, the wedding was a blast, and you knew that no expense had been spared when even the wedding cake got its own laser light show, complete with stage smoke. Yeah, and Chris made some strange new friends.
Let's go, man.
And Sue said that nothing could drag me away from the buffet, but I'm sure that wasn't true.
Please, give me kiss. Give me kiss.
Get off him.
So we ended up getting stuck in Cairo for like 10 weeks. But as a result of this, we became an accepted part of like the daily scene.
I burnt my ass.
No more!
For instance, we became friends of the family of the people who own the hotel. Therefore got the best room in the hotel and invited to a wedding.
What's this hotel like?
This is the manager. This is the manager of the hotel.
It's not hotel, it's discotheque. No. This is hotel.
Plus, we got to meet all the hustlers and become very friendly with them. And got to see a side of Cairo and the street life that your average tourist wouldn't have got to see. We're here in Cairo with one of our hustler friends, Mr. Ayman, who's going to tell us a bit about life on the streets of Cairo. Anyway, say hello, Ayman.
Hi, guys. Hello.
Right, with Ayman, we see Ayman almost every day. With a long train of women, usually different women every day. Ayman, tell us a bit about it and how you actually get these women and how you hustle them.
No, it's just walking in the street and there is lots of European girls. So they know nothing about Egypt. So just pick them from the street like, oh, come on, shall I help you? And da-da-da. And she'll say, yeah, would you please tell me where I can go to the pub or to whatever? So I just take her and show her the place. Hassles, try to get her in the bed.
And when you take these people, like these girls and that, to like these bars and whatever, do you like get commission if you take them to hotels and all that?
Yeah, sort of something like this, yeah.
So it's a bit of a business venture as well?
Yeah, it's business and sex.
What was your last conquest of woman?
You see it, right? The Spanish?
Yeah, see the Spanish girl, man.
But we didn't have sex, it's just business.
Yeah, just business.
Yeah, but the Danish before those, remember the Danish girl that you see us, was it? This is the Danish girl that we have a sex with them. This day, picked them up and they was asking us about the phone, so we told them where is the phone. We make them change them plan and get with us to the fluka, and then we start like blah 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 with them on the fluka and try to get them touching and kissing and da da da. After of course after the smoke and get them high first.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we just like already almost having sex, but we didn't. It was in the fluka, so we went back to the downtown. This day we don't have a place to fuck them, so we just checked them in a building in the street. In the door of building, behind the stairs. Yeah. So this is our life, I guess, in the moment, or our business.
So what's your favourite woman? What nationality?
Actually, I have been with a lot of European women. And you can say, let's say, the Swedish, the best and the bad. And it's easy to get the Swedish or the Danish.
Yeah.
It's a little hard to get the English woman, but we got it as well.
So you like a smoker, yeah?
Yeah.
You like to get high?
Of course. All the time I'm high.
You don't just hustle the women, though, do you? You hustle guys as well, and that's more.
Of course,
more business.
The woman, the guys, just for business to get money out of them or something, like these American people behind me. Three of them. They are with me in the moment. I'm gonna take them to Oasis, Bahrain Oasis in the West District, in the East tomorrow. I have making from them for like 3 days, like 500 bags. And still more, I'm gonna get more.
Yeah, cool, man.
And anyway, they are mad. Look how they are. They look mad anyway, and they don't know nothing.
So with the women it's the sex, and with the boys
Yeah,
it's
and
the money.
some kind of business as well, but it's gonna be like she's with you in the moment, so you're not gonna make that kind of lots of business with her. And anyway, the women that are more clever than the boys, when they arrive here, the European women, they are more clever than the guy.
Yeah.
So just like rip off the fucking guys.
An insight into a hustler's life in Cairo, eh? This is the man.
Well, we were still stuck in Cairo and having a real problem trying to get any further than Egypt. The Sudanese border was shut, and shipping agents in Cairo said they didn't know anything about ships going down the Red Sea. We had originally ruled out the idea of going through Yemen, but under the circumstances, it looked like the only option. But to get to Yemen, we would have to drive through Saudi Arabia. And I tried pretty much every day for 6 weeks to get a transit visa from the Saudi embassy. At no point did they say no, and they never actually gave me any reasons. They just kept stringing me along until in the end the visas we'd got for Yemen expired. So we were still stuck in Cairo with no way past. I knew that somehow I had to find a way of getting us to Djibouti, and I heard that I might have more luck finding out about ships if I went directly to Suez. That was me spontaneously coming through the door for the second time to make this look completely natural. Well, I just went to Suez and the next boat is in 15 days' time. And it will cost me £1,000 to ship the taxi down to Djibouti, which will take 6 days on the boat, and it will cost us 1,200 quid to fly down. So, I don't know, money's becoming an issue. Can we do it on the budget we've got left? Well, we reckon we could do this trip in 4 months, and so far we spent 3, and half of that's been sitting in Cairo, eating away at the budget. I think that was Chris working on the financial planning.
Where are we, what we're doing, how much have we paid?
We're sitting in the cab and we're eating chewy sweets, which I paid about, can't remember, a few Turkish lira for, so they're nice and crispy by now, because they've been baking in the cab for 2 months. But apart from that, the other interesting aspect of the day is that we've come to Suez to load our taxi onto the ship. And there's all sorts of rigmarole really. You have to go to the office and buy stamps, and then you have to go to the shipping agent and pay him a fistful of dollars. Now we're down the port police, we're getting permission to go into the port. Then we have to go and get a customs official, probably pay him some general expenses to come and deal with us for the day. Then we go to the port and we go through the rigmarole of checking all the items in the car, bunging it all in the container, and then seeing if we can load it on the ship. That's about it really, and it'll be a full day's work, a full day's entertainment, and Sue's loving every minute of it. We're messing around on the river.
It's nice.
And we've been here for 2 months, not on the river, but in Cairo.
Susie, do you want to tell us anything about boys or anything?
There's been some nice looking tourists around. Some really nice looking Egyptian men, but you know.
In the end, I mean, Egypt has been a lot of hassle, a lot of back sheets, but it's a safe country, and we're going to places which are potentially dodgy. Northern Kenya and Djibouti, which is close to the Somali border. There's potential for bandits. We may get held up, and some of the buggers can be violent.